I am of the opinion that since Hikaru is by far the most active player on chess.com and at the highest level, they're probably scanning his games a lot. That's just me. That's just my theory. Again, the guy is one of the only players in the world that plays as many thousands of Blitz games every single day to millions of fans watching around the world. Whether they've done a deep dive on those games and a statistical analysis on those games, that's up to chess.com, and I don't know if they're going to publish them. The thing is, Kramnik makes a strong point, but you have to look at the reverse as well. You can't just have every top player in chess requesting that at the snap of a finger, chess.com publishes statistics about any grandmaster. So you can kind of see both ways. Like, chess.com should probably be publishing some sort of annual report of scans of top players, but it's sensitive information as well, because not in the case of Hikaru, but if there are top players that are found to be playing at a ridiculously high level, is that chess.com's responsibility to publicize? Should they block all the names out? I don't know, but I understand Vladimir's point, but I also understand the complete other side of it, which is just because a grandmaster yells at chess.com to publish statistics doesn't necessarily mean that they have to do that, because it's a slippery slope, right? But yes, I agree, and just like anything, it's never, you know, completely black and white, no pun intended. There was also a key moment at 720.
One very small detail. There are a lot of performances like this, which Hikaru has, which makes the probability, you know, really lower and lower with each next performance, again, mathematically. And only in this month, November, which hasn't finished yet, Hikaru had 5 similar performances. Only in 1 month. Frankly, I didn't.
Okay, so now we are going to talk about the stats, right? So Kramnik is basically saying Hikaru had multiple monster performances in the month of November. So he gets into that around 12:30 in this video. He does the same in Russian. The Russian video is just a little bit longer. It is an interview. So let's see.
Video, I will go a bit further. I will explain you what exactly is my idea now. But for now, yeah, I'll just give you another piece of statistics. So as I mentioned, only in November, Hikaru had 5 performances, similar performances, for instance, and I will just read it to you now. So that one which I meant first in my previous video, my previous post on chess.com profile, was the performance 45.5 out of 46, 2950 average chess.com rating of the opponents for you guys.
So this is where it gets weird for me, because Vladimir said in the month of November, Hikaru had 5 streaks that were that good. This says in the last 60 days, and when I tried to verify this for myself, I could not find 5 streaks like this in the month of November. I think I found 4 or 3, which he did recently, mostly to prove a point, and then the others came later. So the other streaks came like in September, for example. Anyway, I'll let Vladimir finish.
And the performance is 3,627. Let me remind you that I think the absolute record of chess.com was 3,300 possible. I played in 5 or 10 games, 46 games. It's a lot, so it means, okay, it's clearly, well, something to check. I'm convinced about it. And then okay, let's go further. The second one. That one is the best, my favorite, I would say. Okay, the average rating 27-37, not that high. Still, it's, well, those players are not patsers, so to say. They can play chess, definitely. And the performance, I mean, Hikaru won all 55, I repeat, 55 games in a row.
So yeah, this statistic, of course, and you know, Kramnik put this. I don't actually know how you calculate this, by the way.
Let's try 3.
This is the interesting thing about these points. I don't know how you calculate that a person is, you know, playing at a 3600 level when he wins this many games against an average rating of this, because of multiple factors, right? So Kramnik cited these, and just like in the Russian interview, he basically said
it's not offset like
this
that.
was just in the last X amount of days. You can imagine Hikaru goes on these winning streaks a lot, right? So Hikaru goes on these winning streaks more frequently than in the last 30, 40 days or whatever. So let's deep dive into that. The first streak that I found was in September. Okay, there was a streak in late September. I'm just gonna verify this before I talk anymore. September 28th, 29th. Hikaru won something like 55 games in a row. If we scroll down, it was around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
6, 7.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, roughly 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. You won a game here in 2 moves. 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Like, yeah, you go all the way up, it's 55 games. But if you actually deep dive into this, he beat this Djokovic guy. He beat, hold on. He beat, if we start here, this Kusan guy. Kusan, like 10 times. Then he beat Djokovic. He beat Djokovic until the next page. Djokovic is a guy who is rated 500 points lower than Hikaru. Right? He's just, and then he beat another guy. He beat him like 10 times. And then he beat Sun Kalp a few games until he lost. Right? So he beat Sun Kalp a few games. Played some Sun Kalp 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. So that is just one example of Hikaru beating a 2600 20 times in a row. Hikaru beating another 2700 20 times in a row. Like, the guy gets bored. The guy's like the best fighter in a gym or the best tennis player in a club. Like, he's got to get some, he's got to get some sparring in. He's got to get some games in with these folks. And Kramnik is essentially arguing, like, in some of these ridiculous streaks that Hikaru pulls off, that it's just improbable and it's worth investigating. And I don't necessarily, like, disagree. I mean, okay, sure, they can go investigate it all they want. But there are other criteria here at play. Number one, it's the psychological effect of playing Hikaru. Playing somebody at 0-0 is not the same as playing them at 14-0. After you've lost 14 games in a row, you're probably much higher to lose that 15th game than if it was game 1 in the match, when you are focused, motivated, and not emotionally defeated. Number two, it's 3-minute and 0 increment. Hikaru is by far, it is not close. I think Hikaru plays more online 3+0 games in Blitz than the next top 10 Grandmasters in the world combined in an